Well, you're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, the second T-bone crash in less than a week occurs at the same intersection.
Also, a Kansas teenager gets stuck in a drainage pipe, leaving many people wondering how it even happened.
Now we're going to see nice sunny conditions through the week, but colder temperatures look to return by this weekend. All of those details coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm meteorologist Donald O'Keefe. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. We're already halfway through the week and it is January 28th, so we're almost finished with the month, which is kind of crazy to think about. Yeah,
we basically blew through January. We started off January nice and warm, but it is winter and it reminded us this past weekend.
Yes, and I feel bad. I've been apologizing all morning. It feels like I've been apologizing for the past week because I've been begging for snow for so long. I wanted it to feel like winter so I could wear my sweaters, my nice coats, and I wanted to see snow after our 70-degree Christmas. And it all came at once. It said, you wanted me, here I am, and I apologize. It was too much.
I'm sure a lot of people probably liked it, though. I mean, we saw some of those videos of all the kids and even some adults out there sledding down some of those hills, which was pretty beautiful to see in a nice sunny sky. So there was definitely something to take out of, a good thing to take out of all that snow we got. But we're going to see nice temperatures continue. Well, nice meaning like temperatures rebounding compared to how it was this past weekend, and nice sunny skies. Let's take a look at downtown Pittsburgh. You can see the sun starting to pop up. You can see those nice sunny skies with those colors from the sunrise coming over the horizon. Like I was kind of saying, we're warming up a bit, and I kind of joke about that because compared to how it was this past weekend, upper 30s is definitely feeling really good compared to those negative 20-degree wind chills we were having over the weekend. Taking a look at the roadways, though, they're definitely looking a lot better as well. Those road crews have been working around the clock to make sure that they're clear from ice and snow. US 69 at Baxter Springs, you can see those roadways, like I said, are looking pretty good. All the snow is off to the side, but there could still be some random snow and ice on these roadways, even on the main roadways as well, especially on US 69 at 400. You can see in some of those turning lanes, there is a bit of snow and ice there still, but for the most part, they're mostly clear. But still give yourself enough time to slow down at stop signs and stop lights, even with especially if you're on those back roads. 32nd and Range line starting to get a little bit busy out there. People are getting out the door, getting their morning routine going, getting their morning coffee. You probably want it hot because temperatures are going to be, like I said, cold this morning. Taking a look at our fog tracker, this is visibility for the most part. We are looking relatively good across the region. If you remember from this past, from the weekend, we definitely saw some very blinding snow, but it looks good right now if you're driving. Taking a look outside, 9 degrees there in Joplin, 5 degrees in Pittsburgh right now, and our temperatures across the region still very cold out there. 3 degrees in Iola, 2 degrees in Parsons, 7 degrees there in Nowata, and moving out to the east, we're a little bit warmer, 14 degrees there in Cassville, 13 degrees in Bentonville, and colder up there in Stockton, about 4 degrees. So definitely cold. Feel like values. These are wind chill values out there. Feels like 7 degrees below zero in Iola. Down there to the southeast, we're a bit warmer, 16 degrees in Cassville, but still make sure you are bundled up because you do not want any exposed skin. You will get frostbite and hypothermia quickly if you do not dress appropriately for these temperatures. Taking you through time. This is today at noon. We're going to see nice sunny skies, but by the time we get to the afternoon, still staying sunny. Temperatures are going to be about the mid to upper 30s, even pushing 40 down there in the southeast counties. But we are going to see colder temperatures this weekend, and I'll have a full look at your forecast coming up.
Donald, thanks. Authorities respond to a T-bone crash on Missouri 43 last night. The exact same crash occurred less than a week ago at the same intersection. The collision happened at highway speeds when a large moving truck failed to yield at the intersection. Both drivers refused medical care at the scene. Newton County prosecutors have charged Patricia Cotton of Seneca after allegations she supplied marijuana to her underage daughters. Police found messages, photos, and videos on the girls' phones showing marijuana use and possession at their home, including a photo of the juveniles and Cotton's younger son smoking what appeared to be a marijuana cigarette. Cotton faces charges for delivery of marijuana to minors under 17. Missouri is celebrating a milestone in road safety with traffic fatalities declining for the third straight year. Preliminary 2025 data shows 911 deaths on Missouri roads, down 5% from the previous year and a 14% drop over 3 years. Governor Mike Kehoe urges drivers to keep it up, buckling up, avoiding distractions, and slowing in work zones. The state launched the updated Show Me Zero plan, aiming for zero fatalities through education, enforcement, engineering, and emergency response. Well, this weather brings particularly dangerous conditions around bodies of water. Temperatures can drop even more near water, and frozen water may tempt some to try walking on it or participate in icy water social media trends. In Redding's Mill, Missouri, the fire district emphasizes that even trained professionals face serious risks when entering cold water.
As rescuers, we do have gear, we have flotation devices, and we have suits, but those suits are not rated for temperature. So when we get in those suits, we still feel that very cold. Our face hits that water, or that cold hits our bodies, we do shut down quite a bit too. So it's no different than the layperson to the rescuer.
Hasty encourages everyone to stay out of the water if at all possible and to keep pets away as well. Most of their icy water rescues have been pets and other animals. Oklahoma City firefighters conduct crucial ice rescue training on Crystal Lake amid perfect freezing temperatures. The team practiced specialized techniques for rescuing victims who fall through ice using a unique inflatable boat designed to pull people up through a hole in the center. No lifting required. Officials emphasize this training is critical because ice in Oklahoma is rarely thick or safe enough to walk on.
Under no circumstances is it cold enough, long enough here in Oklahoma for the ice to be thick enough to get on.
The ice can be deceiving, especially with debris and grass concealing the water's edge, making it dangerous to venture too close. Well, a winter storm can often mean hunkering down and staying put. And for a freight company, that lost time can add up. One Southwest Missouri company has around 450 drivers. A lot of them got stuck in the storm, and some are still stuck in parts of Louisiana and northern Mississippi. The operations manager says the safety of their drivers is its top priority. And when they have a storm like this, the staff is always monitoring the weather and keeping watch over the drivers. A Newton, Kansas teen is rescued from a drainage pipe. Cale Chapman has the details.
Over the last several days, there's been one question on the minds of people in Newton, Kansas.
How did a 15-year-old get stuck in a drainage pipe like this one?
Kind of mind-boggled on how it even happened, to be honest.
On Saturday, Newton Fire and EMS posted this photo after they responded to a call from Sand Creek Station Golf Course where a 15-year-old was sledding and got stuck in an uncovered pipe.
Yeah, with the snow covering the ground, you've definitely got to be aware of your surroundings because you can't see what might be underneath the snow. Is it, frozen lake, or is it an open drainage hole?
Golf course staff are just as confused as everyone else. The course was closed that day, and General Manager Dustin Hausch says the drainage pipes, which are about a foot wide, should have grates covering them.
Yeah, my reaction initially was there's just no way a person could fit in there. I didn't think it was possible, so it seems to be kind of an incredible feat, and curious to how that happened.
While many people have made light of the situation,
How the heck? That's just insane.
Newton Fire Division Chief of Community Risk Reduction, Andy Harder, says the 15-year-old is lucky someone else was there to help.
Yeah, I firmly believe that that individual is only alive because somebody called for help. If we would have been looking for him without knowing where he was at, it would have been like looking for a needle in a haystack.
And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Josh Novak is in the studio to tell us about the upcoming Neosho Art Con. Well, welcome back. We've got Josh Novak in the studio today to tell us about Art Con this year coming to Neosho, and it's going to be very exciting is what I'm hearing.
Yes, it's going to be great. So Saturday, February 7th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., at Neosho Junior High, which is 14646 Kodiak Road, Neosho, Missouri, 64850. Put it in your GPS and we'll see you there. Tickets are $5, family friendly. So if your kids are 5 and younger, they are completely free. And we have over 100 different vendors, artists, and activities to do as well.
And it sounds like this year we have an incredible lineup of guests coming as well.
Yes. So our big star that is coming is Chase Masterson, and she was Lita in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. She's had a very prolific career as well. She is going to be there, and she's going to be doing autographs, photos all day, but also she's going to do a Q&A panel and interview later on in the afternoon. Then we have Northwest Arkansas native Clay Adams, who is a voice actor in Yu-Gi-Oh!, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and other projects as well. He's going to be visiting with us. And then we have some writers, authors, and other participants as well.
Amazing. And I know, not only are we, showcasing these national big names that people may recognize, but also some incredible local talents like Jeremy Hahn, Jason Hurley, who came back, have written The Beauty, which people may be hearing about because of their new X show. I know they're going to be there, so that's exciting.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Jeremy has been with us, ever since we've kind of started ArtCon, so it's really great to see his career, take off even further than what it has been. We also have a returning ArtCon contributor, Megan Levins, as well, and she's drawn comics for Star Trek, Star Wars, and I think a few other series. But it's really great to see, the people that come and participate and meet the fans and meet people, start off locally, but then also, it's so great to see Jason be successful with The Beauty,
And I know you were saying this is going to be a very great, family-friendly event. And it sounds like you guys have a wide variety of kind of, fandoms and groups represented as well there. So, no matter kind of what you're into, it sounds like there's going to be something there for you.
100%. You can come with no knowledge. This is a great entry-level con. You can come with no knowledge in Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, or anime, or whatever. And the community is so great in accepting. We have entry-level things in all aspects. This is family-friendly, so please, if you're going to dress cosplay, please keep that in consideration. But we have cash prizes in cosplay as well. The other thing I want to just touch on as well is we don't have an ATM on campus. So please, if you're going to bring cash, do it beforehand. We also have some food trucks and vendors as well, but we don't have a full kitchen or anything like that. But really, we end up having around 1,000 people in attendance. It's a fantastic thing to bring the kids, bring the whole family, because tickets are really $5, which is really amazing.
Yeah, and are you able to buy tickets on site? Do you need to purchase them beforehand?
You can buy them on site, and that's kind of what we prefer, because once you show us the receipt, it's kind of an easy way to kind of gain access into the con. But we do have, the ability to purchase them on site as well.
Perfect. Is there any, website or Facebook page people should be looking for more information as well?
Yeah, neoshaarts.net is the main thing that I would go to. You can check out our Facebook page as well. And yeah, you're welcome.
Perfect. And we'll, of course, have all of those websites listed in our article of this interview today on KOAMnewsnow.com. But thank you so much, Josh, for joining us this morning. Sounds like it's going to be an incredible event. I know we have a lot of people excited here at the station for it. So
no, I'm so excited, and it's going to be a great year this year.
Great. So. Well, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Well, after all the snowfall that we saw this past weekend, the cold temperatures lingered around, but we're going to be a little bit warmer for the next couple of days. Take a look at downtown Pittsburgh. You can see the sun starting to come up, the nice beautiful colors from the sunrise. I always love seeing that. You can take a look at the roadways down Main Street Pittsburgh. They're looking pretty good. A lot of the road crews have been out there working night and day to make sure to get all that snow and ice off of all the roads across the region. So there could still be some slick spots though, so make sure you're just taking your time if you're driving to work or just doing any kind of errands at all, because like I said, even the main roadways could still see some slick spots with ice or snow on it, especially those back roads as well. All the snow is pushed off to the side, but a lot of the roads look pretty good, like I said, along the main roads and the highways as well. People are getting out, do their morning routines, getting their morning coffee, and they're probably wanting that hot coffee because it is definitely still on the colder side. 32nd range line, get a little bit busier out there. People are driving nice and slow, which is what we want, with even though the roadways look clear. Like I said, slick spots still exist out there. Take a look at our fog tracker. This is actually our visibility, looking pretty good all across the region. There's a little bit of visibility down, or decreased visibility out there in Mount Vernon, just about 7.5 miles, but not too bad. It's still pretty good compared to this weekend. Everywhere was basically zero visibility because of that snowstorm. Take a look at our regional temperatures across the United States. We're pretty much the entire United States is cold with that front that pushed through this past weekend. We're seeing those Arctic temperatures linger around, but there is a little bit of warmer air pushing in from the southwest that will be warming things up a bit for us for today and into tomorrow. Looking a closer look at the temperatures across the area, 3 degrees there in Iola, 9 degrees in Fort Scott. Out to the southeast, Neosho, you guys are at 11 degrees, Cassville at 14 degrees, and Veneta 8 degrees. So still in the single digits this morning, and those feel-like temperatures are on the colder side as well. This is when you're outside and you have exposed skin. It's what it actually feels like outside. So make sure you have multiple layers on, because hypothermia and frostbite can set in very quickly with how cold some of these temperatures can be. Up there at Iola, it feels like 10 degrees below zero. Neosho, excuse me again. That's funny. 0 degrees. Independent, 6 degrees below zero. 10 degrees in Neosho. Like I said, it's feeling pretty cold out there. Take a look at our future track. Let's go through time. This is today at noon. We're going to see clear skies. Temperatures are going to be warming up to about the mid-30s across the area, even closer to 40 degrees down there in the southeastern counties. We're going to see increasing clouds by the time we get to the overnight, pushing into Thursday morning. Temperatures are going to be in the low 20s. You can't rule out maybe a few snow flurries across the area with those colder temperatures. Moving into Thursday around noon, we're going to see temperatures about the low to mid 30s with still maybe a few flurries up there to the north, because that's going to be where it's going to be colder. And then down in the southeastern counties, pushing even 40 degrees by noon. By Thursday afternoon, we can see temperatures get back to about the low to mid 30s, even closer to 40 down there in the southern counties, maybe even a few sprinkles as well with those warmer temperatures. So taking a look at your morning, we're going to see sunny skies, and then we're going to get to about 29 degrees by 11 a.m. For today, we're going to see a high of 36 degrees, nice and sunny. Winds are going to be on the calmer side. Moving into tonight, we're going to see mostly cloudy conditions. Temperatures about 19 degrees for tomorrow. We're going to warm up a little bit more, getting up to about 38 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Moving into tomorrow night, we're going to see temperatures drop back down to about 17 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Remember, we're going to see a cold front start to push in on Friday, dropping temperatures back down into the low 20s. But we're going to stay about the mid to upper 30s through the week. That cold front pushes in on Friday, dropping temperatures down back into about the mid 20s this weekend. Overnight lows could be below zero into the single digits, but there is hope in sight. We can see temperatures rebound back to the low 40s by next week. But let's enjoy these nice sunny conditions while they are here before we get cold again this weekend. That's a look at your full forecast. More news and weather coming up after the break.
Well, it's Wildcat Wednesday, and so we've got Michelle Brocksterman from the K-State Research and Extension Office in with us today, here to talk about PAX tools today. Can you tell us, well, first, thank you so much for joining us, but can you tell us a little bit about what are PAX tools?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me. So PAX tools are just a set of strategies that are simple, proven strategies that adults can use as they're caring for kids so that they can help encourage good behavior, strengthen relationships, and then also just reduce everyday stress. You know, as a parent myself, I know that families are juggling a lot between just like busy schedules, helping kids to manage big emotions, and just encouraging kids to cooperate throughout the day. So that's why I'm really excited to offer this training, just to kind of offer some simple solutions.
Amazing. So can you give us maybe some tips or tricks that you're kind of helping tell these parents?
Yeah, so PAX Tools for Caregivers has 9 tools that parents are able to access in a free app, or you could also just do it without the app. But there's lots of options there as far as like setting timers for your kids to help encourage them to complete a task in a timely manner, or motivate them with a reward where they're spending time with you, having spending quality time together, or even just writing them a note, showing them what you appreciate about them.
Amazing. And you said yourself that you're a parent. Are these tools that you're utilizing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I tested it out at home before I decided to, pursue the training, and I feel like it's made such a huge difference in our home as far as just bringing peace and cooperation and kind of helping my kids to learn some important strategies.
Amazing. What are you hoping maybe parents and, families all together take away from it?
Well, what I think is really great is that research is showing that kids have huge benefits from this if parents are taking it on. So they can develop healthier mental health. They're developing coping strategies and self-control, which is so important for their future success. And what's really exciting is right now in Kansas, all PAX trainings are offered completely for free. And so, and that's for parents, or even if there's teachers or childcare providers, anyone who works with kids, they can access a PAX training that's tailored directly to what they are doing. And it's super helpful, great simple strategies.
Doing these trainings, about how long does it take? Is it a big time investment, or is it something, you're able to kind of add in pretty easily?
So the PAX Tools for Caregivers is pretty brief. It lasts about 2 hours, and it's just a simple training. You don't have to have any qualifications or, show up knowing anything. And what's great also is you can attend that in person, or there's also virtual options, which I think is really convenient.
Amazing. So if somebody's at home watching this and you're like, I'm always looking for ways I can grow and maybe, help support our family, and, especially maybe they're sitting here watching this on one of our snow days and they've had the kids in for a few days and they're like, I am seeing where some of this stress may be coming in. Where should they go look and see maybe this is a training I should take? Where can they learn more?
Yeah, so definitely reach out to me. Again, my name's Michelle Brocksterman, and you can find my contact information at the Wildcat District webpage, which is wildcatdistrict.kstate.edu.
Perfect. And we'll also make sure to link that on our website when we post about this as well. So hopefully you guys can find that as well on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. But it sounds like it's going to be a great resource for parents. So thank you so much for telling us about it this morning, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll be right back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:31. I'm Samantha Walker. We're going to head it over to Donald O'Keefe with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we're seeing nice sunny conditions. You're taking a look at downtown Pittsburgh. You can see the sun is starting to come up. You can see the nice colors from the sunrise. I always love the colors of the sunrise and the sunset out here. Taking a look at our roadways in downtown Pittsburgh, you can see they're pretty clear right now. The snow's still hovering off to the side, but the road crews have been working night and day to make sure these roadways are free of ice and snow. Taking a look at US 69 at Baxter Springs, not looking too bad. Like I said, a lot of the main roadways should be pretty clear. There might even be a few slick spots though, still some lingering snow and ice, so make sure you're giving yourself enough time to slow down at stop signs and stop lights, and give yourself enough time behind the person that you're driving, the person in front of you, so you don't cause any more accidents as well, because we're going to still see some slick spots, especially on those back roadways, but the main roads are looking pretty good as well. Just like I said, just continue to drive safe and smart out there, because it's cold and the snow is still around. Take a look at 32nd and range line. It'll get a little bit busier out there. People are getting out, getting their morning coffee. They probably want a warm, hot coffee because temperatures are going to be on the colder side for us for today. Take a look at our fog tracker. This is our visibility, looking pretty good across the region. Like I said, compared to this past weekend, you could barely see anything, but right now looking good. Take a look outside. 9 degrees in Joplin, 5 degrees in Pittsburgh. Remember, roadways, just drive slow. Temperatures across the area still very cold out there. Not 1 degree there at Iola. Moving out to the east, we're at 15 degrees in Cancerville. It's about a 14-degree difference between those two towns. 9 degrees there in Veneta and 5 degrees in Pittsburgh. So still in the single digits across the area. The wind chill values are still 10 degrees below zero is what it feels like in Iola, 9 degrees what it feels like in Columbus, and 8 degrees there in Anderson. So like I said, it's still cold. Make sure you bundle up this morning as we go through this morning into the afternoon. Clear, nice sunny skies. By the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, temperatures are going to be into about the mid-30s, possibly even pushing 40 down there in the southeast counties. But we're going to see colder temperatures by this weekend, and I'll have those details coming up.
Thanks, Donald. The Joplin Humane Society needs your help to feed hungry pets. Positive Connections' mission is to keep pets with families who love them by stocking a pet food pantry. However, supplies are at a critical low and they're in need of dog and cat food. Well, firefighters from the Cuba Fire Protection District respond to an assist rescue of 2 horses from a frozen pond on Monday. The horses had walked onto the snow-covered ice and fallen through. Firemen broke a path through the ice and led the horses out of the water to the shore. The horses were taken to a dry barn, checked by a local veterinarian, and found to be in good condition. Pittsburgh property owners could soon see tax relief after a city budget mistake. The Pittsburgh City Commission held a meeting amid public concern over a recent hike in property taxes. KOAM's Kenny Foreman finds out how the city is planning to respond to the issue.
Pittsburgh residents received their property tax bill for 2026. They may have noticed that the number was unusually high. The city noticed this as well, prompting them to have a discussion.
It was an error that had never happened as long as I've been on the commission. I've been 12 plus years, and the way we fix it going forward, we'll make sure it never happens again.
The error? When the city submitted their budget to Crawford County to assess its valuation, they accounted for more items than the county asked for, resulting in an increased mill rate. It's a mistake that City Manager Darren Hall says was simply clerical.
We read the instruction sheet and we interpreted it different, that we were supposed to leave those in. And so our staff left that in the total. So when the county got the number at the end of the year to give us our tax dollars, they in fact removed that number, and that created a higher mill rate than was intended when we submitted our budget.
At the end of the meeting, the commission approved an intent to lower the mill rate for 2027 by 1.152 mills. Mayor Chuck Munsell says while it might not seem like an easy task at the moment, he's urging everyone to have confidence that the mistake will be corrected.
We have to lower the mill back to original number. By doing this, we have to start out the 2027 budget with a negative of $207,000. We're not on track right now, but going forward, we, the commissioners, are going to be more involved in the budget process and be better stewards of the taxpayers' money.
The city manager says they plan on working more closely with the county before submitting the 2027 budget while maintaining confidence in the commission's abilities.
I think they did a good job the other day explaining kind of how we got here, and we understand that we need to do a better job with our own numbers as well. But I think the commission's taken a nice proactive step to correct the error and make it what we intended it to be when we submitted the budget, and we'll go from there next year.
In Pittsburgh, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
As a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News, this new fragrance takes the cake. In Consumer Watch, a large number of people are deleting TikTok from their devices. The daily average of U.S. users deleting their TikTok app has increased nearly 150% over the past 5 days, according to reports. The deletions come after TikTok announced last week it had formed a new joint venture to keep the app in the U.S. and under American leadership, mostly American-owned. Judging from social media comments, TikTok users seem to be skeptical about the updated privacy policy that comes with the new joint venture. They complain about data collection on racial or ethnic origin. It is unclear whether their data collection is new. Others complain about outages and upload fails. Creators say they've gotten no communication from TikTok about what the new venture means for them. Some of them are leaving the app too. TikTok's active users have remained flat, so it could be inactive users who are leaving. TikTok has claimed it has more than 180 million monthly active users. Well, tech giant Google has agreed to pay $68 million to settle a lawsuit claiming its voice assistant was eavesdropping on users. The lawsuit stems from several Google device owners. They say their conversations have been recorded by the smart home tech without their knowledge or use of the activation phrase, "Hey Google." This includes their private remarks about financial issues and employment. Google denies all wrongdoing and reportedly settled to avoid the risk of litigation. And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Well, you can see downtown Pittsburgh, the sun has come up. You can see all the nice colors out there. It's just peeking over the horizon. Take a look at the roadways, though. They're looking pretty good. The road crews have been working night and day over the last couple of days to make sure those roads are free of ice and snow. However, there could still be a few slick spots out there, so make sure you're just driving slow and careful. Take a look at US 69 at Baxter Springs. You see all the snow off to the side. A lot of the main roadways are looking pretty good, but those back roadways could still be a bit on the slick side. They could still have snow and ice on them. So make sure you're just giving yourself enough time to stop at stoplights and stop signs. Give yourself enough time behind the person that's in front of you, about 3 to 5 car lengths, just to slow down, because we want to make sure that you guys are driving nice and safe and getting to your places safe as well. 20th and Range Line, not looking too bad. A lot of the main roadways are looking pretty good. People are out there doing their morning routines, getting their morning coffee. They probably want it to be on the hotter side because temperatures are still very cold out there. 32nd and Range Line as well. Getting a bit busier out there as well for the area. Take a look at our fog trackers. This is visibility for our region, and like it's definitely looking a lot better than it was this past weekend. All the way across the area, looking really good visibility wise. But again, a reminder, those roadways could still have some slick road or slip ice and snow on them. Taking a look at our temperatures across the United States, everywhere is experiencing still some very cold temperatures that are lingering around behind that winter storm this past weekend. We are getting a little influx of warmer air from the southwest. It's making its way into our area. That's going to be warming things up for our area for today, even into tomorrow. Taking a closer look for our temperatures for our area here, we're seeing temperatures still very cold out there in the single digits. 1 degrees there in Iola, and also in Neodesha, you guys are at 1 degrees. Joplin, 9 degrees. Pittsburgh, 4. Moving out to the southeast, Cassville, you guys are at 13 degrees, and same thing in Bentonville as well. So still very cold temperatures out there, especially our feel-like temperatures. Our wind chill values are still even below zero there. 5 degrees below zero in Independence, 0 degrees in Iola. Moving on to the east, we're seeing temperatures still around 10 degrees in Joplin. In Stockton, you guys are at about 11 degrees. A bit warmer there in Cashville, about 15, but still, if you are outside this morning, you do not want to have any exposed skin. You can still get frostbite and hypothermia very quickly if you're not dressed properly for these colder temperatures. So make sure you are going outside with multiple layers on. Let me take it through time. So this is today at noon. We're going to see clear skies through the morning into the afternoon. As we get to this evening, we're going to see temperatures back into about the mid-30s, staying clear. As we go through Wednesday night, increasing cloud cover. We can't rule out maybe a few snow flurries as well by Thursday morning. Temperatures are going to be in the low 20s by Thursday afternoon. Still staying partly cloudy for the most part. We're going to have temperatures rebound back to about the mid-30s. Still some snow flurries up to the north with those colder temperatures right around the upper 20s. You could even reach the lower 40s down there in the southern counties, and that also means we could possibly see some sprinkles as well by Thursday afternoon. But the average temperatures across the area will be about the mid to upper 30s for us on Thursday afternoon. Getting into Friday, a cold front starts to make its way into the area, dropping temperatures back down for us on Friday morning back into the mid-teens. And like I said, we're going to see colder temperatures moving into the weekend. For your morning, mostly we're going to see sunny skies getting up to about 29 degrees by 11 a.m. for today. We're going to see sunny skies, high of about 36 degrees for us by this afternoon. For tonight, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies dropping down to a low of 19 degrees. Moving into tomorrow, we're going to see a high of 38 degrees, partly cloudy skies, a little bit warmer out there. Moving into tomorrow night, we're going to see temperatures drop back down to a low of 17 degrees. It says partly cloudy sky or mostly cloudy skies, but that's supposed to be a moon. So we're going to see mostly cloudy skies for tomorrow. As we look at our 7 to 10 day here, upper 30s through the rest of the week. Getting into Friday, a cold front pushes in, dropping temperatures back down into the 20s. Overnight lows will be back to the single digits, but there is hope in sight. We can see temperatures rebound back to the low 40s by next Wednesday. That's take a look at your full forecast. More news and weather coming up.
Well, a family in New York gets creative with their snow removal. Instead of waiting for plows to arrive, they made good use of an old mattress, tying it to the back of their car and dragging it down their driveway to clear a path.
And take a look at who it's to ride. That's Tucker, the family Bernedoodle, overseeing the operations progress.
We were taking a guess because we saw the name.
Yeah.
We saw the name, and this is how this is selected for us is Doggy Mattress Plow. And we're like, what are they doing? So we didn't know if it was like, like the sled dog situation where they tied the dogs to like a mattress and be like, okay, mush us out.
Yeah, let them do all the work.
No, this sounds like these dogs got a vacation, and I'm happy for them. That's a much better result.
Definitely. A team of emotional support dogs, including a French bulldog named Mamut and a dachshund named Delta, greeted passengers and eased tensions at a Felipe Angeles International Airport in Mexico as part of a stress relief program introduced by airport officials in the coordination with the National Guard. The airport launched the project in November last year, aiming to offer support to travelers suffering stress or anxiety.
The puppies work in rounds lasting between 1 hour and 90 minutes with mandatory rest periods because of their young age, and handlers guide the dogs through public space areas, arrival halls, and boarding zones, responding to requests from travelers or staff. I would be calling those dogs over.
Some passengers approach them after long flights. Others stop simply out of curiosity. Handlers and their canine counterparts have formed close bonds with airport staff, now considering the dogs as integral team members.
The airport is studying whether to expand the program and eventually replicate it in other terminals across Mexico. I feel like that would get a lot of support from travelers. You know, you get off and you're like, I haven't touched land, and oh my gosh, look at that adorable puppy.
I know, you're on like a 12-hour flight, you're like, oh man, that's such a relief to see, just be able to go and pet a dog and just chill for a little bit.
Yes, that would help ground me. I was like, okay, there we go, dog. Well, this new fragrance will have you smelling like cake, and this new cake looks like a fragrance. EOS debuts at the upcoming big game, Super Bowl, with a delightfully confusing new campaign that will have you asking, is it cake?
In its big game spot, EOS learns in the appeal of its new cashmere body mist, imagining a world where people smell so delicious they mistaken for cake. The ad will star Mikey Day, host of Netflix Is It Cake?
2/3 of Americans reported that they've purchased a product specifically because it smelled good enough to eat, while over 70% have said a product smelled so good they wished it was edible. EOS is giving fans a chance to actually eat one of their products with limited edition scent-inspired cakes.
The cake is designed to look exactly like the fragrance bottles themselves. EOS is also dropping scent-matched sweatsuits that are infused with notes of whipped vanilla, cozy caramel, and soft musk, delivering cozy head-to-toe indulgence fans can smell and feel like a snack in.
Well, that kind of makes sense to me. Like, I know I used to be very excited because, like, at Easter time, they would release, like, the little stuffed bunnies that smelled like chocolate that you could get, and I used to love those. And I feel like this is kind of like a similar sphere.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, NASA says it's on track for a critical test tied to its historic moon mission.
Ooh.
It says the Space Launch System rocket will go through a wet test as soon as Saturday.
That means it will contain fuel during a practice run. NASA says if the test goes well, the mission to send astronauts around the moon may happen in the next few months.
If not, NASA says the rocket can receive maintenance. So I love, I follow NASA on a regular basis. I think it's amazing watching the rockets and everything. So that's a really cool story.
It is super cool. I can't wait to see what happens with that. Well, we're going to be back with your Wake Up Recap and another look at your forecast right after this. This is your Wake Up Recap for January 28th, your top stories to start your day. Authorities respond to a T-bone crash on Missouri 43 last night. The exact same crash occurred less than a week ago at the same intersection. The collision happened at highway speeds when a large moving truck failed to yield at the intersection, but both drivers refused medical care at the scene. Newton County prosecutors have charged Patricia Cotton of Seneca after allegations she supplied marijuana to her underage daughters. Police found messages, photos, and videos on the girls' phones showing marijuana use and possession at their home, including a photo of the juveniles and Cotton's younger son smoking what appeared to be a marijuana cigarette. Cotton faces charges for delivery of marijuana to minors under 17. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
We're going to see nice sunny skies through the week. Temperatures are going to be into about the mid to upper 30s, possibly even pushing 40 down in the southeast counties. There is going to be a cold front that is going to push in Friday through Saturday, dropping temperatures back down into the 20s. Even those overnight lows through the weekend could be below zero into the single digits. But there is hope in sight. We could rebound back to the upper 30s and lower 40s by next Wednesday. But definitely a nice break from all that really cold weather we've had over the past over the weekend with those nice sunny skies, even though it is on the colder side, but that's okay. So make sure you enjoy that now before we get cold again by the weekend.
Definitely. Well, thanks, Donald. Well, a female gibbon named Hattie was treated to a big birthday party with her family at Phoenix Zoo on her 26th birthday, so she's older than me, filled with presents, toys, and treats. Video shared by Phoenix Zoo shows Hattie munching down on her birthday feast, surrounded by several other chamangs.
The family feasted on golden cake made of primate biscuit topped with yogurt, cooked ham, yellow squash, pineapple, yellow tomato, yellow bell peppers, and kale.
Looks like she's having a pretty good birthday.
That's pretty amazing. That sounds like a pretty good meal for your birthday.
You know, who doesn't have like their go-to birthday kind of dinner that they want to have? And it makes no sense that that also happens in the animal world.
I'm sure. I mean, we all have our favorites, so I'm sure they do too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's always fun to kind of see those animals.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.